listening to the Reckless Takes Podcast, covering sports, lifestyle, and nearly everything in between. Buckle up, boys and girls. It's time to get reckless.
Today's podcast is brought to you by freezersports.com, utilizing advanced machine learning technologies to predict sporting events and find value lines. Sports betting is a ton of fun, but it can be tricky and a little intimidating to get into right away. So you need a consultant site like Freezer Sports to help you succeed right away. Visit the website today to view predictions from the NBA, MLB, and NHL models, all for free. Once again, that is freezersports.com. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Reckless Takes podcast. We are here, episode 3. I am your co-host, Kyle, here with
Randy, aka the Giblet King.
the Giblet King back at it again. We are here with first-time guest, very special guest, Joshua.
Thank you for having me. What's up, fellas?
Good to have you, man. So the main reason that we had Josh on, he's well versed in everything we're going to talk about today, but he specializes in wrestling. As long as I've known him, he's been a huge wrestling fan.
WWE, brother.
So we are going to talk about Wrestlemania. I am definitely the least versed in this topic, but just for this occasion, I watched Wrestlemania both nights. Definitely not my specialty, but I want to be a part of the conversation. So I'm going to hand this over to Randy, and he can kind of lead us through the WrestleMania talk.
What is up, everybody? This segment we're going to do in about once a month, maybe two times a month. We're going to be talking about the upcoming pay-per-views. We're going to give our predictions. Obviously, we didn't do the WrestleMania predictions, but we're going to give our predictions. Then we're going to come back after the pay-per-view, talk about it, see how our predictions are right or wrong. This segment will be called the Pile Driver.
Holy shit! Ooh. I was not informed of this, but I like it.
All right.
Hey, it was right on the spot, baby. You had to put it there. But we're going to be talking about WrestleMania 37 night 1, night 2, and we may even talk a little AEW, and we're definitely going to be talking about the recent WWE releases. So let's go ahead and get into night 1, match 1. Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. I'll let our guests speak first on it. How'd you feel about it?
You know, man, this was the right move, man. This was the right move. Like I'm just like kind of fed up with WWE TV at the moment. I feel like a lot of people are. It's just not good. It's not good. It's bad. The writing's bad. Just the way that they treat their champions. It's just all over the place, you know. But Bobby retaining over Drew over DQ in a DQ, that was the right decision. Just keep the belt on Lashley. You've made him look kind of less almighty in the weeks leading up to WrestleMania, but yeah, it's a good decision here. Drew, I mean, he's a great baby face. Drew's fantastic. He's great in the ring, but yeah, I'm happy seeing the belt on Lashley.
I'm kind of the other way. I would have loved to see Drew win in front of a crowd, just because it was kind of stolen away from him last year.
Makes sense.
The reason I'm kind of steering away from Bobby Lashley is because I'm kind of getting a sense of like Brock Lesnar. And if you are a wrestling fan, you know damn well you are tired of seeing Brock freaking Lesnar, especially being a champion. I mean, it's like they're throwing it in our face. We know if Brock Lesnar returns, he's gonna be a champion.
He's gonna hold the belt for sure.
And I'm kind of getting the vibe that we're going to see Lashley versus Lesnar very soon down the road. And I'm excited for it kind of, but I'm kind of not. I think it's a little late in their careers. I think they should have done this a long time ago. I would have loved to see Drew win it. But again, I'm happy Bobby Lashley won it. I mean, I'm a big Bobby Lashley fan when he came to WWE first, and then was the ECW world champion, and then went to TNA and was their world champion. The thing I hate about the storyline is that they did break up the Hurt Business.
Terrible.
I think that was a bad decision, and kind of hurt me a little bit. And then they kind of bring in Baron Corbin a little bit, and then this past Raw they brought in Retribution to help help them, and this is it's all over the place, but we'll see. Yeah. You have anything, Kyle?
Not a lot. I mean, obviously, I don't know the storylines and all that. This was my first fight I've watched since I don't know, like in well over a year. And I mean, I was entertained. I loved it. It was a really intense fight. I was familiar with both wrestlers, not intensely, but enough. And yeah, I mean, it kept me sucked in. It was how the first fight went was kind of gonna decide like, all right, am I actually gonna watch both these nights, or am I just gonna like, am I gonna pretend like I did? But no, I mean, I got sucked in. I was like, all right, cool, like I'm down. So I mean, it was intense. I liked it.
Alrighty, moving on in match 2. This match we're not going to talk about a lot. It was the women's tag team elimination match. Natalia and Tamina ended up winning, and they defeated Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott, who I thought was going to win the match. Overall, I don't think the match was I don't think it was really good. I think it was too slow. I wasn't a big fan of it. But yeah, we're not going to talk much about it. You have anything about it?
Nothing. It was a filler WrestleMania match to get, everybody on the card, to get all the, performers on the card. It was whatever. It was filler to me.
Yeah, I was like, okay, well, like halfway through, I was like, next.
Yeah, then Mandy Rose
definitely browsing your phone at that point.
yeah,
for real.
Mandy Rose slipped down the ramp. It was just all over the place.
That was hilarious, honestly. Memed instantly.
That was the best part of the match.
Mm-hmm.
All righty, let's move on to match 3. To me, this was my favorite match of the night, or I guess it's a tie. We'll talk about the other one later. Cesaro versus Seth Rollins. Cesaro defeats Seth Rollins, which I loved. I'm a big Cesaro fan. I loved it when he was with Sheamus, the Bar. I think Cesaro definitely needed that WrestleMania moment to keep him around. I know there's been rumors here and there that he wants to leave or they're not going to bring him back, but he is such a great talent in the ring. And then him and Seth Rollins just clicked in the ring. Fantastic match. The ending was fantastic. I loved it all around.
Yeah, this was by far my favorite match of the night, and pretty close to being my favorite match of both nights. Once again, so this is my first introduction to the whole swing counter, and me and my fiance got a fucking kick out of that, and it was just hilarious. Like when every time you pick them up, they're like 1, 2, like that destroyed me. And then also, like, this was easily the most athletically gifted fight of the night, and probably both nights in my opinion. And yeah, both guys just like super talented and great chemistry, and it just worked really well for me.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Like Cesaro, this is his first. For some reason, it's Cesaro's first singles match on Mania, which is crazy because he's such like an amazing competitor and he's so like well versed in the ring. And then Rollins literally tears it down like every single time. Rollins is a great like performer. Yeah, I love this match. It was, if not it's probably the second best thing on night 1, but one of the best singles matches that Mania had for sure. I loved it.
Yeah, I really loved it. All right, let's go on to match 4. Another match we really don't need to talk about much. AJ Styles and Omos defeat versus the New Day. They beat the New Day for the tag team champions. This match to me was very predictable. You knew that AJ was going to get beat up, and then they were going to bring in the big tall dude to come in and finish it off. Very predictable. I mean, I'm happy that AJ is a Grand Slam champion now, but you would love to see the New Day, and you can't hate on the New Day. You would love to see him win that, but this match was too predictable for me.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I love anything AJ Styles does. Like anything AJ Styles does, I'm here for it. And yeah, it was entertaining, to build up to him like getting in the ring and doing something. But yeah, it was a good match. The New Day are awesome anytime they do anything. But yeah, AJ Grand Champion, like you said, Grand Slam champion. It was coming, so they're gonna give him all the gold.
Anything from you, Kyle? Mr. Kyle?
Absolutely nothing to say about this one.
Mangelsdorf.
Nothing to say.
Also, Are you guys going for like weirdest last name co-host awards or something?
Listen,
Theobald versus Mangelsdorf.
Theobald and Mangelsdorf. You'll win.
Listen here,
I win.
Listen here, Ortiz.
Hey, that's very common.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's a loser last name. Have you ever met a Mangelsdorf and a Theobald?
Hey, fair enough.
Okay, wait. If we're gonna create a super team last name of co-hosts,
the Magadorf.
No. Is it the Theodorf or the Manglebald?
Hey,
Manglebald.
Manglebald. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Manglebald for
Just,
sure.
just so we're fucking clear. All right.
that's a new show name, guys. Mega Ball.
Manglebald.
Alrighty, we're gonna go on to match 5. Another match we do not have to talk about. This was probably to me the worst match of the night. Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon. I'm so tired of Shane getting thrown into these matches. I understand that he's Vince's son and everything, and he does some crazy stuff, but no one wants to see it anymore. I'm tired of it. I was tired of it when he went against the Undertaker in Hell in a Cell. Braun Strowman was obviously going to win. The storyline was just garbage. Oh man, if I'm Braun, I'm leaving as fast as I can. Go to AEW or go to Impact and let them just let you become a champion. Because at this point, they're using him for trash. This just pisses me off.
Yeah, the build leading to this WrestleMania was probably like the worst of all time. It just was not engaging outside from a few builds, and this one was just so stupid playing out on television, like playing out on Raw. It was just dumb. Um, I'm I'm not a Braun Strowman fan. I think he's whatever. With if he was written better, maybe he could, be interesting. I just don't find him interesting anymore. And Shane McMahon, my God, come on, let's just stop with Shane McMahon. Like you said, it's just tired at this point. And I get they really didn't have much to work with during this WrestleMania season, with COVID and everything. It just still wasn't like a real WrestleMania feel. But yeah, this match was just, it put me to sleep.
Yeah, this was definitely a match where I got up and said, "All right, let me go pee or something."
Let me go do something.
I was
for
full
sure.
on TikTok mode during this fight.
Yeah, this match
I
was-
looked up and I was like, "Oh, look, a new match is happening," and I was like, "Okay."
And then
well,
the
back to my
spot
phone.
with Shane falling off the top of the cage. I mean, it's we do it all the time. We do it all the time with Shane, taking a big spot. And
it was predictable.
yeah, it was predictable. I will
All
say
right.
it was a little funny when Braun ripped through the cage. It was
Yeah.
all right, but
Alrighty, let's go on to the next match of the night, which this match actually surprised me a ton. It was Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus The Miz and John Morrison. Another good match to me. Bad Bunny surprised the heck out of me. Obviously, going
for
into
sure.
WrestleMania, there's celebrity matches, and the celebrities win 100% of the time. But none of the celebrities have really done what Bad Bunny did. I was surprised. I'm actually giving this match a 10 out of a 10. It was amazing to me. Obviously, you knew Damian Priest was going to come in and blah, 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 but great match just because of Bad Bunny. Just because of Bad Bunny.
Yeah, he was excellent, dude. I was very surprised, and it was like when at one point when he was getting his ass beat, I was like a little bit satisfied because like my fiance's over here like drooling over Bad Bunny the whole time with the rest of America, and so I was like, yeah, kick his ass. But so like my perspective from an outsider looking in, I know this kind of thing happens all the time. It's just I'm imagining it from like the Miz's standpoint, where he's been in wrestling for like 15 years and he's like this veteran. And then they're like, all right, so here's what's gonna happen this year. Bad Bunny's gonna beat the shit out of you, and you're just gonna be cool. Then like it's just like from someone who isn't as attached and like understanding of like the storylines here, I'm just imagining how fucking pissed off I would be. It's like they were like, here's what's gonna happen. See this kid? He's gonna absolutely destroy you.
Yeah, I think it's just like celebrities have been like a part of WrestleMania for so long, and like it's not even like demoralizing to like take a loss from them. Well, it could be, but like it's kind of like tradition that there's just celebrity interaction at WrestleMania. So like, yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, I would be pissed if I was the wrestler having to take an L from Bad Bunny on your record. But yo, he was super impressive. Like, I was laughing the whole time. I was just geeking. I was like, what the hell? Why is this guy like actually doing okay? It was probably one of the more entertaining matches on night one for sure. It was funny. It was awesome.
And they kind of rewarded the Miz, gave him a championship 1 week run. But man, it was a great match. But let's go ahead and get into the main event of the night, which is one of my top matches. This and Cesaro. We had Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks, the first ever African American female main event ever, which shocks me. But Bianca Belair came in, beat Sasha Banks, and this was a damn good match.
Oh
Great
yeah.
match, great ending. The storyline was fantastic. I'm just happy that they didn't throw Charlotte freaking Flair in the mix because, oh my gosh.
Oh,
Thank
she's coming, brother. She's coming for another
unf-
one.
Unfortunately, very unfortunate. But let
Yeah.
Bianca Belair just run the table with this title. Let her do it.
Yeah, it was again, I I love that Bianca won the Rumble. Right choice. I love, first of all, this was the best match of the night, 100%. Again, the build leading up to this, I was starting to dislike it more and more each week. I was really into it at first because it's Bianca and Sasha. Sasha's awesome, dude. Sasha does everything right, and the build was just getting iffy and iffier for me. But I knew that the match was going to salvage like how bad the build was. Um, and it did. It 100% did, and it's the right outcome. Some people are saying that like maybe Bianca shouldn't have won so early, but I think she's the most likable like woman superstar in a long time, and you just want to root for her, and it's like perfect ending for Mania Night 1. Really was.
I'm just honestly happy that they finally gave somebody new the title.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
over the last
it's refreshing.
so many years, it's been Charlotte, Bailey, Sasha Banks, Bailey, Charlotte, a little bit of Becky Lynch in there, the little Ronda. But man, this was a
There are a
great match.
shit ton of Becky Lynch in there.
Hey, but
Becky's always
Becky's the
Becky's
man.
legit. Becky's legit. Yeah, for real.
She trolled the hell out of me and
She
probably
did. She
everybody else.
did. She trolled everybody.
I was so
Both
excited.
nights.
I was like, all right, we're gonna get Becky. We're gonna get Becky. We're gonna get Becky. And we never got Becky. We got the damn Bellows night too.
Oh God. We'll talk about that, I'm sure. That shit was terrible.
Yep. Alrighty, so that's night 1. If you could rank it 1 through 10, what would you give your ranking?
For night 1, I'm gonna say night 1 was a solid 8 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I'm about an 8.5 right there. It was a good night. Obviously there were some sleeper matches, which was they should have just. Ugh. But yeah, night 1. What about you, Kyle? A non-wrestling fan, what do you give it 1 out of 10?
I'd say an 8. I mean, yeah, there were a few times where I was like my phone was calling my name. So I was just like not paying the closest attention. But yeah, I mean, for someone who really watches maybe one wrestling event a year, if that, I mean, I was entertained for the majority of it. So yeah, 8 out of 10.
All righty. So let's go ahead and get into night 2. Match 1. This is probably one of my favorite storylines that's been happening over the past, I'm going to say it's probably been happening for a year. Randy Orton versus The Fiend with Alexa Bliss there. Amazing. Yeah, but the match was just not it for me. To have Randy Orton beat him that easy was just not it for me. And then the ending kind of pissed me off a little bit. Um, this match had so much potential and they really just ruined it. They had so much potential here, and is Sister Abigail back, or is Sister Abigail here, or what's going on with that?
Dude, okay. This is they ruined the Fiend a long time ago. Long time ago. I thought this storyline was absolute garbage. I'm on like the complete opposite side of the spectrum. I think anything that they've done with the Fiend, and the Fiend is not garbage. I mean, he's garbage now because of what they've given him, and he's been garbage for a long time because of what they've given him. But it's not Bray Wyatt, or it's not the performer's fault. It's just terrible. I just thought the whole build was terrible. I'm tired of seeing the Fiend and Randy Orton. I mean, like we had, what was it? When was Firefly the Funhouse match? That was like 2 years ago. We've seen them at Mania before, and Randy's taken a title off of Wyatt at Mania. So like, why does Randy need to win here in such quick fashion? The entrance was cool. The Jack in the Box was cool. I'm not a fan of, Alexa Bliss. She does good in her role. But I'm not a fan of, she's basically taking over the character of the Fiend. Like it's more her thing now, I feel like. The Fiend's entrance, like I said, when he was, burned, and then he appeared, he's walking through this tunnel and he's like, the burns are coming off. It was whatever. But then like I said, the Jack in the Box was okay. The ending was garbage. Yeah, I don't know where the Fiend goes from here, man. They've completely ruined him. They've ruined Bray Wyatt like the most he's the most ruined superstar in all of WWE. They ruined him like every single time they've revamped him. And it's sad. It really is sad. And it
It
pisses me
is
off.
because he's a great talent. The dude's
Yeah,
great.
he's awesome.
I would have loved to see him keep the burned look.
Yeah, like do something. Like, you know, how do
The
people
ma-
shed third-degree burns?
yeah, the match was like, and I was kind of pissed off that it was the first match too, and then it ended the way it did. I was so mad.
I
The
will
match,
say, like, Alexa looked cool at the end. Like that little thing that was going on, but whatever was going on, it looked cool. But like, where do you go from here? And you know, I hate the red lighting. I hate the red lighting. It's an eyesore. So
yeah, that was
who knows,
stupid.
man? Who knows if they'll salvage the Fiend?
Yeah, so I hope. I mean, I hope not. But then I'm like, what if they salvage it? What are they gonna do with Bray? And
Yeah, we'll see.
yeah, let's go on to wait. Kyle, you got anything about this match?
Nah, man. I mean, if I have something, I'll pretty much chime in. I mean, this is, Randy Orton's a name that I've known for a long time, so it's one of the ones that I was drawn to. Not being a huge fan of all the, all the more lesser known names. This ended so quickly. It was like, okay, cool. It seemed like there was a lot going on here, and it's like, all right, well, I guess we're done with that now. So yeah, this is a lesser match for sure.
We needed Randy Orton versus Soldier Boy on this WrestleMania, bro. We did not need no Randy Orton and the Fiend. We needed Soldier and Randy.
That would have ended so badly. They would have thrown real punches. Alrighty, let's get on to the next match. We're not gonna talk about this because this match was stupid to me. Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler versus Natalya and Tamina. Wrong person, the wrong team won to me. To me, it's like give Tamina, give Natalya that win. Let them get that WrestleMania moment. I'm tired of seeing freaking Nia Jax, and I'm tired of seeing Shayna Baszler because Shayna Baszler deserves so much more. Put her in single matches. I'm tired of seeing Nia Jax, period, because she cannot wrestle. She is
Exactly.
trash. Wrong person won. I was so pissed. I don't want to talk about this match any longer. What do you got on
I'm
it?
just scared watching Nia Jax matches all the time. I'm always like, oh my God, someone's going to break a leg or break their neck. But yeah, boring match. What's whatever.
Yeah. Let's go on to the third match. I really like this match a lot. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. These two have great chemistry in the ring. I really liked it. Sami Zayn kind of gives me like the Joaquin Phoenix Joker kind of vibe. I just didn't like that they had Logan Paul or whatever the hell his name is, and then like come out and I hate the Paul brothers with all a passion, and Kyle knows this.
Yeah, I can't wait to get to the Jake Paul stuff later.
Yeah, this match was great though. Like you said, Owens and Zayn have crazy chemistry dating back, far before they were even in WWE. So they always tear the house down. It was a great match. This was I enjoyed this build. I mean, aside from the Logan Paul stuff, it was whatever. It was WrestleMania celebrity inclusion. It was whatever. But he took a stunner pretty well. I mean, he sold it decently well, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, great. I would like to see Sammy win more though. I want to see Sammy win some more matches.
Oh, he needs a title run so bad. He's like another guy that I'm like, you know what, just dip, go to AEW. They'll treat you a little better.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, really quick. I have known. I mean, these two, like you said, like their chemistry is great. These guys have been wrestling each other for forever. Like even I knew that, and yeah, I think that the character work was just really good on both sides. I was super entertained in this one.
Alrighty, let's get on to that next match. A match that kind of surprised me. Sheamus versus Matt Riddle. I don't know if they made Matt Riddle drop the belt for having that little botch in the interview with Asuka on Monday Night Raw a few weeks ago prior, or they just are like, you know what, let's give Sheamus his last run. He's not going to be with us much longer in the company as a wrestler. The ending to me was really good. The freaking kick, the bro kick, I mean, was just crazy.
Yeah, right decision here. I mean, Sheamus has been great in his role. Helping people get over and still looking dominant when he does it. But yeah, I mean, Riddle's run was lackluster at best. I mean, I don't know if he was really supposed to win that triple threat back when he won it, because Keith Lee was injured and they pulled him from the match. So maybe something else was supposed to go down, and they really didn't. Riddle wasn't their first choice, but a lackluster run. But it was a great match. I like seeing Sheamus win.
Yeah, I thought Riddle would maybe be one of the guys that got released, but let's go on to the next match: Apollo Crews versus Big E. It was an okay match. I love Big E as a wrestler, as a talent. I loved it with the New Day. I think Big E loses here just because I think they're going to try to get him with Roman Reigns in the future, try to get him something around there. The match was okay. The ending to me, bringing that big old tall dude, he was from Raw Underground, was okay. I don't know what they're going to do with that because usually something like that ends up being stupid storylines. But it was an okay match for me.
Yeah, it was. I would say probably I'm a little higher on it. I liked it. I like Apollo Crews. And like Apollo Crews has just been killing it lately. His gimmick is, hit or miss for some people, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing from him, and he's like so gifted in the ring that now that he has a chance to like have a title run, get a WrestleMania win, it's refreshing. But yeah, bigger and better things are probably in the works for Big E. He's phenomenal. I like the match. The ending again was, it was whatever.
Alrighty, let's go into the next match. Rhea Ripley versus Asuka. Originally, I do believe this was supposed to be Charlotte versus Asuka. Thank God for whatever was going on with her, and maybe it was Andrade getting released or something. I think it was the right move though. Rhea Ripley. I don't know if I want to say right move because I would rather see her win it later on since she literally just got called up. But it was an okay match to me, and the ending wasn't too great. I didn't like the ending, but Asuka, she does deserve better. But Rhea Ripley here winning to me is way better than seeing Charlotte Flair winning.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that. I feel like Rhea should have been pushed last year. I don't understand why she lost last year. I don't think like it was crazy seeing Charlotte win an NXT title. I mean, I guess just for like no crowd purposes, maybe they, gave a L to Rhea, but I feel like a lot of the charm that Rhea had coming in to the main roster is gone. Like I just don't like what the main roster does to, NXT talent. And
I hate it. I hate it.
yeah,
This
it's
is my
just
biggest
it's a
pet
demotion.
peeve.
Yeah.
And what I think they should do, honestly, is what they did with Finn Balor. Send him back. Because Finn Balor is absolutely killing it in NXT. To me, Finn Balor deserved another big championship run on the main roster.
Balor's a top guy. I view him as a top guy, and
He is top.
And for I think just for WWE and maybe Vince, maybe it's ultimately Vince. If you're not like huge guy, then you're still not really getting pushed like a top talent. And I mean, outside of AJ Styles, like there's not a lot of small guys that are getting pushed like that. And Balor is a top guy to me. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Triple H knows what he's doing over there in NXT though.
Yeah. To me, honestly, I mean, even now, AJ Styles really isn't getting pushed. He's really been in these.
Yeah, it's cooled down.
Lately.
It's cooled down.
But I know this is going to be bad to say, but WWE will go in a better direction the minute Vince McMahon dies or retires. I mean, it's horrible to say.
Holy shit!
I mean, it's bad to say because I love Vince. I love.
No,
what
it
he's
makes
done in the
sense.
past,
I mean,
but
maybe when maybe now that he dies, well, like
Yeah.
That's the Dallas Cowboys argument, right? Like when Jerry Jones is dead, this team's gonna win it.
When he ceases control of WWE,
yeah,
there's probably going to be a lot of improvement, I would say.
especially because Triple H will run it.
Yeah, hopefully Triple H has some type of role in running the the main shows, but we'll see. Going back to the Rhea Asuka match, yeah, I mean, I wish Rhea would have won earlier. She had so much charm and charisma, and she was cool. But I feel like a lot of that's gone. Asuka's awesome, dude. I love Asuka. I love her promos when she's just like speaking broken English and just screaming. It's hilarious. she's phenomenal.
She's a top talent. She's what I wish they would have done with Shinsuke. Give him a title run, but they never did. It was a good match, but obviously if you watched Mania, Raw after Mania, you saw that Charlotte Flair returned, and you can already get the vibe that Charlotte's going to take the title from Rhea, and fans are going to be pissed. We're going to see more people go to AEW. But let's get to my favorite match from both nights. Main event of night 2, Roman Reigns versus Edge versus Daniel Bryan. Holy crap. I was not excited for this match at all. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wasn't too excited. I would have loved to see just Edge versus Roman. I mean, yeah, Edge versus Roman. But adding Daniel Bryan actually made it better.
Yeah, for sure.
In the past, I was tired of Roman Reigns. I'm not gonna lie to you, wasn't too big of. I mean, I was a big Roman Reigns fans at first, and then Vince was just shoving him down our throat. He's the last two in Royal Rumbles like 4 years in a row. He's main event in WrestleManias and stuff like that. But this new heel Roman is on a different level. I would have loved to see an Edge win that damn thing, but it was the right move having Roman win it. And I can't wait till they have Jey Uso win it. I have just a big feeling for some reason.
Okay, the Uso Reigns feud.
I think maybe not even a feud. I think the Money in the Bank. Uso maybe wins the Money in the Bank.
That would be interesting.
The Roman Reigns character has so much potential, and but the only downside is I don't know what they do with Edge from here. That's the only downside.
Yeah, for sure. It's unclear what they're going to do with Edge as of right now, but this was the match I was looking forward to the most. I was the most hyped for this match, and because of Daniel Bryan. Like literally, I'm a Daniel Bryan guy. I love Daniel Bryan, and I wasn't high on having Reigns versus Edge only. I didn't think that their styles meshed too well, and so I was kind of like, oh man, I didn't want to see that be the main event of WrestleMania. But adding Daniel Bryan it really just bolstered this match. And yeah, the right guy won. Okay, so my take on Roman is I loved Roman Reigns in like 2015 going into WrestleMania 31 with Brock Lesnar. I was actually like a Roman Reigns fan. I had just started watching WWE again after a long hiatus. And then I realized that he was the reincarnation of John Cena, like the Super Cena. They're going to push him to the moon, never lose. And then I started to absolutely hate Roman Reigns, like hate him. I was like, oh my God, this is too much. And now with his new, heel persona, character, he's the best thing on WWE TV every week, and he is literally the best wrestler, maybe in the US right now, outside of like, maybe Omega, but to bring in the big name, he's the big name guy, like he is, and this match was fantastic. Edge like turning more into the rated R superstar character instead of the baby face is the way to go. Edge is a bad guy. Like Edge, I see Edge as a bad guy. So having him be a little bit more heelish and nasty was awesome. The concerto spot was awesome. And Reigns pinning both guys, that is the most badass thing that's the most badass thing you can do for Reigns to make him, more over than he already is. It's just pin both of them. It was the best match of both nights. Enjoyed it the most, for sure.
So I am like, this is so funny. So I've been to one WWE event ever. And it happened to be the night after Edge made his comeback at the Royal Rumble. So I went, Monday night was here, and me and my dad and my little brother went to that, and it just like I happened to catch this, and I didn't even know what had happened the night before. And so like I knew who
How Edge, dare you?
I knew who Edge was, but he came out, and I was like so confused, like, and it seemed like there was kind of this vibe in the stadium, like everyone was expecting him to be there, and I was like, I knew that he hadn't performed in years and years, and so I was like, why does this seem like not that big of a deal? And I look it up, and I realized he had come back like 12 hours before that. And so
you sinner,
just by chance, me being there, like he became my favorite wrestler. So, I was super, super excited for this match. And yeah, I mean, it lived up. Like you said, Josh, the rated R superstar, like that character, like he really, really like bought into that for this match. Mm-hmm. And it was awesome. He just looked unhinged like the entire time. And, I legitimately thought he was going to win.
I legitimately thought any one of the guys had a chance to win. I was like, man, I don't really, like the back of my head, I don't really see them taking it off Reigns. There's no reason for him to lose. So I was pretty sure that Reigns was going to win, but I was like, but what if Daniel Bryan wins? But what if Edge wins? It was like thinking, it was good storytelling. Like the WWE, they got me with that one. I was like, oh, Edge could win here. Daniel Bryan could win here, but the right thing happened.
That's the main reason it was one of my favorite matches, because it was not predictable. Like at a time, I was like, okay, Daniel Bryan wasn't my pick, but Daniel Bryan may win this damn thing. It's looking like, and I wouldn't have been mad at all. I would not have been pissed. Daniel Bryan as a champion is amazing. He's a great talent. Unfortunately, injuries ruined some of that. But then I was like, oh shit, Edge is about to win. Edge is gonna win, especially at the end.
Yeah, for sure.
Freaking Jey Uso just had to come in. But from what I'm hearing is Roman Reigns is gonna hold the title for 2 years until.
Yeah, I don't know who can take it off of him, man. I don't want to see Lesnar take it off him.
Oh God,
I don't know. Neither. I don't know. I don't think anyone can really step up to him right now and have a legitimate reason why they should be the champion over him.
And Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman, gosh, that's great. Vince's best thing he's done in a long time. But what I'm hearing is he's gonna hold it until WrestleMania Hollywood, and they're gonna have a big The Rock versus Roman Reigns thing, which is cool.
That's coming. I mean, that's inevitable.
Yeah.
Whenever The Rock frees up, I mean, he's fucking doing shit all the time. But I don't know if I want to see him take the belt off.
Roman, oh yeah,
but maybe Roman loses, like you said, by a cash in, like so not really like a clean victory, and then you have a Rock Roman match at Mania. I'd like to see that. But as far as Edge goes, going forward, dude, I would love to see Edge in a program with John Cena again. Like I would love for Cena to come back for a little bit, just a SummerSlam thing, just for SummerSlam, Survivor Series, somewhere around there. Do a Cena Edge program, dude. Bring it back. That would be so sick. I'd also love to see Edge work with Styles. I want to see Edge work with Styles. It'd be legit.
Maybe a little Edge versus Jeff Hardy.
We'll see. Nice. Anything, that would be really sweet.
But if you had to give a rating for night 2, 1 through 10, what would you give it?
I would probably give night 2. Night 1 was better. I enjoyed night 1 a little bit better. The main event of night 2 was the best on both cards. I would say 7.9, barely lesser than night 1. But that main event is a 10 out of 10 for sure.
Oh yeah, I give it about a 7 out of 10. The main event was definitely the main thing. But there y'all go, guys. That's our WWE WrestleMania
cool. Yeah,
37.
I don't want to rate it.
Kyle Mingelsdorf will rate it now.
Motherfucker. Yeah, I mean, so I'm gonna give the same rating as night 1 because night 1 was consistently way better, but night 2 just made it up for me. So I'm gonna even them out.
Okay. Now that is it for the Pile Drivers segment of this. We were going to go a little longer, but this WrestleMania segment took way too dang long. But see y'all in the next one. We'll be talking about Backlash, WrestleMania, Backlash, whatever the hell they're calling it. But thanks. I hope y'all liked it.
Jesus Christ. Okay. So really quick, let's finish up some fighting stuff of the week. Y'all want to talk Jake Paul really quick?
Let's talk this bullshit, man.
Let's talk about that rigged ass boxing bullshit.
Yeah, so there's a lot of questions. So first of all, I want to talk about kind of the entire programming, right? Like the presentation and the whole shabam. So my like total evaluation, I was talking about it with a friend, is that it was like a fever dream. Right, like the whole time I watched almost all of it. Like I turned it on about 9 o'clock, and there was a midpoint where I turned it off to watch baseball because I was like, "What's happening?" I'm like, I've just watched 4 concerts in a row, and like I think around like the Doja Cat performance, I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna watch baseball." Like this is weird.
Dude, at the Doja Cat performance, I was like, another one, and then another one came on, and then another one came on.
It would end, and then you would hear a beat, and they were like, "Oh my god, it's happening again." And like
I started blaming myself. I was like, "Oh, it's my fault because I didn't look up what was gonna happen on this
exactly
event."
And so like the Snoop and the Ice Cube, like that was pretty dope. Like cool, that was fine. And then but then there was like Doja Cat, Justin Bieber, and which brings me to my first question is like, how did they afford this? There were so many names there. There was Justin
Apparently
Bieber.
this app Triller is, loaded with a bunch of angel investors, a bunch of like Hollywood money. So they're like an app. I'm not familiar exactly with them, but they're an app that is now doing like fighting content, and it's yeah, I don't know how
This
they
thing
afford
must
all
have
this shit.
cost
And
so much
the
money.
fighters are getting paid.
And it was in a huge stadium. And so it's the fighters are
It's in
getting paid.
the Atlanta, right?
Yeah, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And so like it was just nuts. And but I will say Pete Davidson's hosting. So me and Josh,
Oh, he's hilarious.
we recently had a conversation that like how we've realized how big of Pete Davidson fans we are. And yeah, dude, he was absolutely phenomenal hosting this thing. And I was so glad when like main event came on and then you saw they had switched Pete Davidson onto the the broadcasting board. And I was like, thank God. And yeah, he was great. Right as the match was starting, he goes, "I'm gonna come."
Dude, okay,
Oh
look, dude. I don't know if they're trying to reinvent what a fighting event is. I don't know if that's Triller's MO, is just to like make it different and an alternative. But the production of this was fucking bad. Like it was hard to watch. It was bad. And it was almost unenjoyable at times. Like the commentary was terrible for the most part. Like after Snoop got on and Pete
Oscar De
Davidson
La
got on,
Hoya coked out of his mind.
dude, that guy's high as hell. That guy's high as hell. Like,
gone.
come on. I mean, a majority of them were high as hell, but it was the unscripted feel of it made it feel kind of awkward in a sense.
Yeah.
And the in-ring quality was not good.
Terrible. The camera angles of the ring were awful. And they finally finally fixed
as
it.
Well as the fighting.
They fixed it for the main event. They fixed the camera angles for the main event and they brought it up higher, but they were trying to experiment with the lower fights, and they had like the camera running through the ropes, and it was like, I can't see what's happening. Like I don't know I don't know who has like the position right now.
Dude, that first fight, Joe Fournier and the artist, the reggaeton artist, they said a stat and they were like, the artist did not land a single punch. He didn't land a single punch. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, it was absolutely ridiculous. And I saw like someone's commentary of it on Twitter, and I wholeheartedly agree. It was their manifestation of what they think youth culture is, and it was so out of touch. It was like they had a like 35 or 40-year-old be like, this is what 20-year-olds want. And it was like, I'm obviously a little past 20. I'm a little past 20, 24, but I'm like, I guarantee you this isn't what anyone wants. There's no.
It was like 5 TikTok songs in a row, one after another, and I was like, my God,
it was so pandering. It was so like having like the D'Amelio girls or whatever. I don't know them, but having them
so awkward.
D'Amelios
having them
respect it.
Having them like be the presenters was just like that was the most
awkward.
That was the most like obvious sign of like, this is extremely pandering.
Well, apparently Jake Paul and Addison Rae are doing the do behind the scenes, so that's why they're really there.
That makes sense.
But Triller is pretty much like TikTok. It's literally TikTok, just a different name.
Are they like a video? Are they like a video?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You make videos and stuff like that, and
so they're like today's like World Star kind of.
I mean, it's literally like TikTok.
Okay, interesting.
Very weird.
Whatever it is, I don't want anything to do with it.
And they're hosting a big YouTuber versus TikToker boxing.
Oh yeah, event. McBroom is fighting like Bryce Hall.
Yeah, my God. Right. And the fact
this is pretty bad.
They're able to do all this because stupid people buy it.
Like me.
Yeah.
I bought it.
Ton of people.
You bought it?
Spent $60.
I did not. I did not buy that.
$50.
Oh, 50, sir. Sorry, sir. I watched it for free.
I bought it. So here's the reason. This was a very consistent illegal stream.
And I felt ripped off, and I streamed it.
This was a consistent illegal stream. There are just some that are so sketchy. Like I kind of wanted to see what was going to happen at the end. And so like for example, for like the Mayweather McGregor event, there was a lot of illegal streams and they were super sketchy and constantly going down. And so I know a lot of people who were like, I don't want to pay for this, but I want to see what happens. And then it crashed or the stream got taken down or whatever. And so I was a little worried, like, I kind of want to watch this live. And so that's the reason I bought this, because I didn't want to be sketched out like towards the end.
I guess maybe their like security isn't up to par. The stream I was watching was fucking perfect.
I mean,
It did not mess up once.
Yeah, there were 4K illegal streams going like everywhere, and I was like, okay, cool. But $50 wasn't like outrageous for what I got. It wasn't a good deal, obviously, but it wasn't like I didn't spend 100 or anything.
Man.
So okay, so let's get to the conversation of was the fight rigged?
Yes. I don't think so. I don't think it was rigged.
Either. I don't think it was rigged.
I don't think it was rigged. I mean,
the main
he's
argument,
fighting people he can beat.
The main argument is, the videos of Ben taking beatings in UFC events, and there's all kinds of, like basically how did he take these hits and win this match and get one hit from this guy who's like a quote unquote amateur boxer. And there's all kinds of counter arguments to that, that those fights were years ago, and the leverage of a standing boxing strike versus ground and pound. I don't think it was rigged though. I think that Jake Paul is legitimately a strong fighter, and obviously we're going to get into the conversation of when does he become a legit boxer. But
when he fights a legit boxer, that's when.
We're going to get to that. But he's a strong dude, and Ben took a straight up strike to the jaw and could not stand up straight. I don't think it was rigged. He was stumbling forward.
It was early stoppage.
It could have went longer.
For sure, it could have went longer, and he would have gotten hurt. And
he probably would have. He probably would have gotten knocked out.
He was stumbling forward.
He took a damn knee in the head. He'd be okay.
They gave him 15 seconds to regain his balance, and he was literally falling forward. The ref said that he was falling forward into his forearm. He couldn't hold his own weight completely. At that point, you're gonna get hurt.
You still made money.
So
I would have kept going.
Well, so you think it was rigged?
Yes.
Okay, so what's your argument?
Why do you think it's rigged?
First off, the early stoppage. Second off, that's all my arguments I got, because I could have gave. I'm gonna be honest. I could have gave 2 fucks about this, to be honest with you, because I hate the damn Paul brothers. I hate the stupid boxing shit. All right, I give Logan Paul props because he's gonna be going against Mayweather. Possibly, I hope, which is just not. I think they already signed or some BS.
They're still, the talks are on hold. They have an agreement, but they haven't like come to terms on a contract and all that.
If I'm Mayweather, I don't even risk it. But...
What do we do if Logan Paul knocks out Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah, exactly. That's why
that's what I'm saying.
I'm like, why risk it? Dude, why would you risk that if you're Mayweather?
Exactly. I would love to see one of them fight McGregor, because holy shit, that guy's a crazy guy.
I don't want to give these guys any more money. I do not want to make these guys any more money.
I'm cool with it. I'm all for YouTubers and old people beating the shit out of each other. Like, I'm cool with it. And so, let's talk about this. So Jake Paul, obviously, he's not going to have worldwide credibility until he fights a current, in his prime or just past his prime boxer, right? This is enough. Like, he's hurting people because they no longer have the ability to be in these fights. And so you're doing that for money and for clout. And so, all right, I legitimately thought he was going to call out McGregor. I think if McGregor didn't already have this thing on his slate with Poirier, like, he probably would have. But I think McGregor would be an awesome fight. I mean, for McGregor, why not? I mean, things are starting to spiral down, so why not? But looking at the McGregor boxing match with Mayweather and this match, like, their styles kind of like clash. They're both just like trying to get in quick and strike, and I think why not? I mean, I think that'd be a great fight.
You think McGregor's spiraling down? His career spiraling down?
I mean, it's definitely not headed, and it's not headed up.
It's not going up.
All right, look, I understand he lost the last fight, but he looked fucking good.
Ooh, I disagree. I think that me and Josh watched that fight together.
Oh my
god!
I don't know if he looked good.
He looked good to me, and he's definitely
didn't look terrible.
He's definitely winning the next one.
Interesting. I disagree, but
we'll get to that when it comes.
Yeah, we'll get there. But I mean, I think both sides, you're gonna make a ton of money off that, everyone's going to want to see McGregor knock this guy out. And they're both gonna make a ton of money. I think it's a better fight than you might think of when you think of the names in your head. But no, yeah, Jake Paul, look, he's strong. You can tell there's boxing talent. He's been training for 3 years now. You can tell there's talent. You can tell there's talent there. There's mechanics there. But it's time to fight someone real and just stop picking on people. You know what I'm saying?
So that first guy called him out. What's his name? Joe Fournier.
Yeah, I don't think anything's gonna come of that. I think he's like. I feel like it's. I mean,
he looks pretty. Jake Paul needs to fight someone who can just throw back. I mean, like, because Jake Paul hasn't been hit. Yeah. He hasn't been like challenged in any sense of the word, really. Yeah. So I mean, if someone can just throw punches at him, who's also strong, he's probably not. I mean, I'm saying that now. He's probably not that good, but I mean, he's strong.
That's why I think the reason that he wouldn't go for that fight is because I feel like if there's not actual real talent here, and this is all like facade, I think it's time to go for that knockout punch as far as earnings for him. And so
yeah, probably
because one fight like that,
how long is this gonna last, right?
Exactly. So if he fights someone like that who's like a legitimate, talented boxer, and he gets his ass beat, there's not that next big cash grab to do.
He's pretty much done after that.
And so go for the McGregor, go for the the Mayweather type guy. Go for someone who's like
Canelo, man,
a little past his prime. Yeah, go for someone a little past their prime, but that's going to be a big cash grab and get that money. I feel like that's his ideal situation. That's not what I want to see, but that's probably his next move is going for the big name. Get yourself 1.5 mil and then
fight me.
Be done.
Fight me.
Fight the
Randy
Giblet King
and Jake.
I'll do it for free.
So I mean, I think we made our thoughts pretty clear on that.
Yeah, let's leave that damn Paul shit alone.
Let's finish. Yeah, well, that's not my side, but let's finish up this little fighting half of the show with the McGregor and Poirier stuff. There's not a whole lot to be said. It's pretty out there in the open, but McGregor Poirier fight is officially still on after it fell into question with all the dispute going on. For anyone who hasn't been following it too closely, Poirier basically came out and called out McGregor for not donating to his organization like they had agreed on, and McGregor basically said it's a donation, not a debt. And then I missed this, but apparently he went on Instagram Live and called Poirier like an inbred little bastard or something.
Called him a cousin fucker.
Yeah, and so I'm like, okay, cool. McGregor's like picked up on the whole Louisiana thing. That's interesting. And so so it's back on July 10th. Are you guys excited for this one?
Of course, McGregor's my favorite.
I'm excited for anything. Excited for anything with Conor.
Yeah, it's hard not to be. Yeah, from watching that last fight, it's like it was kind of happening, and me and Josh, we had said to each other like, when the fight starts and McGregor's like getting into a stance, you're like, oh my god, we're watching Conor McGregor fight. Like he has that aura about him that every time the fight starts, you're kind of like in shock that you're watching him fight.
Yeah, he's not like the best fighter per se, but like he carries this charisma and this entertainment that nobody else brings in the UFC. I mean, maybe John Jones, but Conor's just different level. Like he's just a character. And so when he fights, it's just like a big deal, like it's a big deal. Yeah, I'm definitely excited for this one. I don't know how he's going to do. I mean, like, I don't know if he's going to win, but Poirier had his way with him the first time. I mean, I feel like Poirier pretty much, it was all his way. So I don't know how he's going to fare. Conor's the biggest thing that everybody said about Conor his whole career is his tank, and he just gets gassed and then gets caught and then loses. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see how he's resilient. I'll give him that. He's a resilient guy. So
yeah,
this is McGregor Poirier 3.
Mm-hmm.
This is 3. Oh, 3.
Oh, you said 2. Yeah. McGregor had won the first time, and then Poirier came back.
All right, let's get off this McGregor stuff. Who do y'all think will win this Saturday, Usman or Masvidal?
Usman.
Yeah.
I don't know about George. We'll see. George. He's crazy. He's got the ability to like just shock you. He's just. But I can't really bet against Usman right now. He's just too good. He's too fundamental. So we'll see.
Masvidal does have the fastest knockout ever.
It's true. He does have the power and the ability to just shock.
But I got Usman too. He's just great. The first match was Usman definitely took control. So,
Alrighty, guys. Well, that is going to do it for episode 3 of the Reckless Takes podcast. I really hope you guys enjoyed our little fighting corner of the show here. Like Randy said, we'll be back with plenty more WWE coverage and predictions, and same goes to boxing and UFC. So thank you guys. Remember to rate, review, subscribe, give us all the help. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next time.